She looked at him for just 3 seconds longer than normal. Her pupils dilated. She leaned in slightly. And in that moment, Marcus, an average guy with an average job, had just activated something in her brain that most men will never understand. What happened next changed everything. But here's what's crazy. He used a psychological trigger that's been hidden in plain sight for decades. By the end of this video, you'll know all 7 secrets that can make any girl feel an instant, almost magnetic pull toward you. But I have to warn you, secret number 5 is so powerful, it borders on manipulation. Use it responsibly. Let's dive in. Before we start, I need you to understand something important. What you're about to learn isn't about tricks or games. This is about understanding the deep psychological wiring that influences human attraction. The uncomfortable truth? Attraction isn't logical. It's not about being the most handsome guy or having the most money. It's about triggering specific psychological responses that create feelings of connection, intrigue, and desire. I spent 5 years studying behavioral psychology, dark psychology, and human attraction patterns. I interviewed dating coaches, read countless studies, and yes, I tested these principles in real life. Some worked moderately well. Others? They worked so well they felt almost unfair. Today, I'm sharing 7 secrets with you. These aren't pickup lines or rehearsed routines. These are psychological principles rooted in neuroscience and human behavior. Master these, and you'll notice a dramatic shift in how women respond to you. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use these ethically. Never manipulate someone into a relationship they don't want. Now, let's begin with a story. Marcus sat at the corner table of the coffee shop, scrolling through his phone, feeling invisible. He'd been single for 2 years. Not by choice. He was a good guy, stable job, decent apartment, kind to everyone. But when it came to women, he was background noise. Then Eleanor walked in. She had this energy about her, confident, radiant, the kind of woman who seemed completely out of his league. She ordered a cappuccino and Saturday 2 tables away. Marcus glanced at her, then back at his phone. Don't even think about it, he told himself. She wouldn't give you a second look. But then something unexpected happened. Marcus' friend Jake had recently sent him an article about psychological attraction triggers. Marcus had dismissed it as nonsense, but one sentence stuck with him. Attraction isn't about what you say. It's about what you make her feel. He took a breath. What did he have to lose? He stood up, walked to the counter, and ordered another coffee. As he passed Eleanor's table, he didn't stop to talk. He didn't even make eye contact. Instead, he simply placed a small napkin on her table with a single sentence written on it. I noticed you ordered the cappuccino. Bold choice. Most people go for the safe lad. Then he walked back to his seat without waiting for a response. Eleanor looked at the napkin. Then at Marcus. A small smile appeared on her face. 10 minutes later, she walked over to his table. So you think my coffee choice is bold? She said, one eyebrow raised. Marcus looked up calmly. I think people who order cappuccinos know what they want. They are not trying to impress anyone. She sat down. What happened in the next 30 minutes changed Marcus' entire understanding of attraction. And it all started with the first psychological secret, one that most men completely misunderstand. Let me show you exactly what Marcus did, step by step. Because by the time we are done, you'll be able to replicate this with any woman you meet. Secret number 1. The scarcity principle. Here's what most guys do wrong. They are too available, too eager, too obvious. When Marcus wrote that napkin, he didn't wait for a response. He didn't hover. He demonstrated something psychologists call scarcity, the principle that we value things more when they seem rare or hard to obtain. Think about it. Limited edition sneakers, VIP access, the last seat on a flight. When something is scarce, our brains perceive it as more valuable. The same principle applies to human attraction. The psychology behind it. When you are too available, you signal low value. Not because you are actually low value, but because our brains are wired to chase what moves away from us and take for granted what comes too easily. This is rooted in evolutionary psychology. Our ancestors had to work for resources. Easy access meant low quality. How Marcus used it. Notice what he did. He made a move, bold enough to be noticed, but then he withdrew. He didn't wait for validation. He didn't stare at her hopefully. He went back to his own world. This created a psychological gap. Eleanor's brain thought, wait, Most guys would try harder. Why isn't he? That question created curiosity. And curiosity is the gateway to attraction. How you can use it. Don't be too available in the beginning. When you text her, don't respond instantly every time. Create a natural rhythm. Have your own life. Talk about your hobbies, your goals, your world. Show her you are not sitting around waiting for her attention. Know when to step back. After a great conversation, end it first. Leave her wanting more. But here's the crucial part. This isn't about playing games. It's about genuinely having a life you value. When you have genuine purpose, scarcity becomes natural. Marcus understood this instinctively after reading that article. He wasn't playing hard to get. He was demonstrating that his attention was valuable because he valued his own time. And Elena? Her brain registered this immediately. She felt the pull to earn his attention. That's the power of scarcity. Now, let's move to secret number 2, and this one involves something called strategic vulnerability. Secret number 2, strategic vulnerability. After Elena sat down, most guys would have tried to impress her. Talk about their achievements, their car, their job. Marcus did the opposite. Honestly, he said, I almost didn't write that napkin. I've been in my own head lately about taking more risks. Elena leaned in. What kind of risks? The kind where you might look stupid. But I'm learning that looking stupid is better than feeling invisible. In that moment, Marcus used the second psychological secret, strategic vulnerability. The psychology behind it. Research from Breen Brown and other psychologists shows that vulnerability creates connection. But here's the key, it has to be strategic. You are not dumping your problems or seeking sympathy. You are showing you are human, self-aware, and emotionally intelligent. Women are attracted to emotional strength, and paradoxically, the ability to be vulnerable is emotional strength. It signals confidence. It says, I'm secure enough to be honest about my imperfections. How Marcus used it. He didn't say, I'm insecure and lonely. That's weak vulnerability. Instead, he framed it positively. He's working on himself. He's growing. He's self-aware. This creates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance. He's confident enough to approach her, yet honest enough to admit hesitation. This complexity is intriguing. How you can use it. Share a real struggle or fear, but one you are actively working on. I used to be terrible at public speaking, but I joined Toastmasters last year. It's been challenging but rewarding. Avoid victim mentality. Frame your vulnerabilities as growth opportunities. Balance it with strength. Vulnerability works when it's surrounded by confidence. Share one vulnerable moment, then move to a topic where you are passionate and knowledgeable. The neuroscience. When you are vulnerable, you trigger oxytocin release in her brain, the bonding hormone. This creates a feeling of trust and intimacy. Her subconscious mind thinks, he trusts me enough to be real. I can trust him too. Elena felt this immediately. She opened up about her own fears about starting a new business. Within minutes, they'd moved from surface-level chat to genuine connection. But Marcus wasn't done. He was about to deploy the third secret, one that works on the deepest level of human psychology. Secret number 3, the Zeigarnik Effect. 20 minutes into their conversation, Marcus did something unexpected. I have to run, he said suddenly. I have a thing across town. Elena looked surprised. Oh, okay. But, Marcus paused. I was about to tell you about this crazy thing that happened to me in Morocco. It involves a stolen bicycle and a midnight chase through the markets. Elena laughed. You can't just leave it there. I know, Marcus grinned. What are you doing Thursday evening? This is the Zeigarnik Effect, a psychological principle that states people remember uncompleted tasks better than completed ones. The psychology behind it. Soviet psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik discovered that our brains hate unfinished business. When something is incomplete, it creates mental tension. Our minds obsessively replay the unfinished task, trying to find closure. In attraction, this is powerful. When you create an open loop, an unfinished story, an incomplete thought, a brain will keep coming back to you, trying to close that loop. How Marcus used it. He introduced a fascinating story, then left it unfinished. Elena's brain now has an open question. What happened in Morocco? This keeps Marcus in her thoughts long after he leaves. How you can use it. End conversations with an open loop. Remind me to tell you about the time I accidentally ended up at a wedding in Thailand. Don't reveal everything about yourself immediately. Mystery is attractive. Use it in texting. Send a message like, "You won't believe what just happened at work. I'll tell you when we meet." The warning: don't overuse this. 1 or 2 open loops create intrigue. 10 open loops make you seem flaky or attention-seeking. Marcus left the coffee shop. Elena watched him go, already looking forward to Thursday. But here's what Elena didn't know. Marcus was about to use the 4th secret on their first date, and it's one of the most powerful. Secret number 4, the Benjamin Franklin Effect. Thursday arrived. Marcus and Elena met at a small Italian restaurant. After ordering, Marcus asked her something unusual. "Hey, I'm trying to figure out which book to read next. You seem like someone with good taste. Can you recommend something?" Elena lit up. She talked passionately about 3 books, explaining why each one would change his perspective. Marcus had just activated the Benjamin Franklin effect. The psychology behind it. Benjamin Franklin discovered something counterintuitive. When you ask someone for a favor, they like you more, not less. Why? Because of cognitive dissonance. When we do something for someone, our brain rationalizes, "I helped this person. I must like them." People don't help those they dislike. This creates a positive association. Psychologically, she becomes invested in you because she's invested effort in you. The neuroscience. When Elena gave Marcus advice, her brain released dopamine, the reward chemical. Her subconscious mind connected that good feeling with Marcus. She felt useful, valued, and intelligent. These positive emotions became associated with his presence. How Marcus used it. He asked for a small, easy favor that let Elena showcase her knowledge. This made her feel valued and created a subtle emotional investment. How you can use it. Ask for small favors. "I'm new to this neighborhood. Where's the best place for breakfast?" Or, "I'm learning Spanish. What's a good app to use?" Make her feel expert. Ask about topics she's knowledgeable about. Women love feeling competent and valued for their intelligence. Express genuine appreciation. That's actually really helpful. I wouldn't have thought of that. Critical rule. The favor must be small and easy. Don't ask to borrow money or for huge time commitments. That creates burden, not bonding. What happened next? Elena didn't just recommend books. She talked for 15 minutes about literature, her favorite authors, why certain stories moved her. Marcus listened intently, asking follow-up questions. By the end, Elena felt a deep connection, not because Marcus talked about himself, but because he made her feel heard and valued. But the night was just beginning. Marcus was about to deploy secret number 5, and this is the one I warned you about. It's powerful, almost too powerful. Secret number 5, the illusion of choice. After dinner, Marcus looked at Elena and said something clever. "So, there's a jazz bar 3 blocks away with live music, or there's this rooftop lounge with an incredible view. Which vibe are you feeling? Intimate music or city lights?" Elena thought for a moment. "The rooftop sounds amazing." "Perfect," Marcus smiled. Here's what just happened. Marcus used the illusion of choice technique, a principle from persuasion psychology. The psychology behind it. When you give someone 2 options, both of which you are happy with, they feel empowered to choose, but you've actually controlled the frame. You've eliminated the option of, "Let's just go home." This is rooted in a psychological principle called choice architecture. Humans love feeling autonomous. When we choose something, we become more committed to it. We take ownership of the decision. How Marcus used it. Notice he didn't ask, "Want to go somewhere else?" That's too open-ended. It invites, "I'm tired, let's call it a night." Instead, he presented 2 appealing options. Elena felt like she made the choice, which increased her investment in continuing the evening. The dark psychology element. This is where we enter ethically gray territory. Skilled manipulators use this technique to control people without them realizing it. Do you want to break up now or talk about it Friday? Both options assume a breakup is happening. How you can use it ethically. For planning dates, would you prefer Italian or Thai food? Both options involve dinner together. For moving things forward, should we do coffee Tuesday afternoon or drinks Thursday evening? Both involve meeting again. For creating experiences, beach day or hiking adventure this weekend? The ethical line. Use this to make planning easier and to gently lead toward outcomes you both want. Never use it to pressure someone into something they are uncomfortable with. If she says, "Actually, I'm tired tonight," respect that immediately. What happened? Marcus and Elena went to the rooftop. City lights glittered below. The conversation deepened. And because Elena felt she chose to be there, she was more present, more engaged. But Marcus had two more secrets up his sleeve. And the sixth one involves mirroring and body language. Let's talk about it. Secret number 6. Strategic mirroring. On the rooftop, something subtle happened. When Elena leaned forward, Marcus leaned forward. When she spoke softly, he matched her tone. When she gestured with her hands, he incorporated similar movements. This is strategic mirroring, and it's one of the most scientifically proven attraction techniques. The psychology behind it. Neuroscientists have discovered mirror neurons in our brains. These neurons fire both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing the same action. When someone mirrors our behavior, our subconscious recognizes similarity, and similarity breeds trust and attraction. Studies show that waiters who mirror customers receive higher tips. Negotiators who mirror body language reach agreements faster. And yes, people who mirror during dates create stronger connections. How Marcus used it. Posture matching. When Elena crossed her legs, Marcus adjusted his posture similarly. Speech patterns. He matched her pace, not too fast, not too slow. Energy levels. When she became animated about a topic, his energy rose to. Breathing. Subtly, he synchronized his breathing rhythm with hers. How you can use it. Start subtle. Don't mimic every movement immediately. That's creepy. Wait 5 to 10 seconds after she shifts position, then naturally adjust yours. Match emotional energy. If she's excited, be engaged. If she's contemplative, be thoughtful. Mirror word choice. If she says, awesome, use awesome too. If she uses intellectual language, elevate your vocabulary. The warning. Never make it obvious. The power of mirroring lies in its subtlety. Her subconscious should feel, I connect with this person, not, he's copying everything I do. The result. Elena felt increasingly comfortable. She couldn't explain why, but being around Marcus felt natural, easy, like they'd known each other for years. Her guard came down. She shared stories she rarely told anyone. And now, for the 7th and final secret, the one that seals everything together. Secret number 7. The future projection. As the night wound down, Marcus said something that seemed casual but was actually brilliant. You know what? When you finally start that business you mentioned, I bet you're going to be one of those entrepreneurs who actually cares about their employees. That's rare. Elena smiled. I hope so. I'm certain of it. And I'm calling it now. 3 years from now, you'll have a coffee with your younger self's doubts and laugh at how worried you were. This is future projection, the final secret. The psychology behind it. When you talk about someone's future in positive terms, you do two powerful things. You demonstrate belief in them. This creates emotional bonding and gratitude. You subtly insert yourself into their future narrative. By discussing their future, you become part of the story their brain is writing. Neuroscience research shows that when we imagine future scenarios, our brains process them almost as if they are real memories. By painting positive future images, you create an emotional association between those positive feelings and your presence. How Marcus used it. He referenced Elena's goals and projected a successful future. This made her feel seen and understood, supported and believed in, optimistic about her path. And critically, Marcus was now part of that future vision. How you can use it. Listen for her goals and dreams, then reference them positively. When you are running that marathon you mentioned, you are going to feel incredible. Use when, not if. This presupposes success and shows confidence in her. Include shared future scenarios subtly. When we finally try that restaurant you mentioned, this assumes future meetings without pressure. Make it about her, not you. Don't say, when we are together in 5 years. That's too much. Say, when you achieve X, I'll be the first to celebrate with you. The ethical boundary. Only project futures you genuinely believe in. Don't make empty promises or insincere predictions. The conclusion. At the end of the night, Marcus walked Elena to her car. She turned to him and said, "This was really nice. Let's do this again soon." Marcus smiled. "Absolutely. I'll text you that Morocco story." They both laughed. The transformation. 3 months later, Marcus and Elena were in a relationship. Not because of manipulation. Not because of tricks. But because Marcus understood something most men never learn. Attraction is about making someone feel understood, valued, and alive. Did those 7 psychological secrets help? Absolutely. They created opportunities, deepened connection, and built intrigue. But here's the real secret behind all 7. They only work if you are genuinely interested in her as a person. These techniques amplify authentic interest. They won't create attraction where there's no foundation. They won't build a relationship on lies. What they will do is help you present your best self, create memorable moments, and navigate attraction with confidence. Marcus wasn't a master manipulator. He was a good guy who learned to communicate attraction effectively. And that's what these 7 secrets gave him, not control over Eleanor, but control over his own presentation, his own confidence, his own ability to create connection. Now it's your turn. Recap: the 7 secrets. Let's review the 7 psychological secrets. 1. The scarcity principle: be valuable with your time and attention. Don't be too available. Create natural space that makes her want to earn your presence. 2. Strategic vulnerability: share real struggles you are working on. Show emotional intelligence without weakness. Create trust through authentic humanity. 3. The Zeigarnik Effect: leave conversations with open loops. Create unfinished stories that keep you in her thoughts. Build anticipation for future interactions. 4. The Benjamin Franklin Effect: ask for small favors that let her showcase expertise. Create investment through helping. Make her feel valued and intelligent. 5. The illusion of choice: present to good options instead of open-ended questions. Guide toward outcomes you both want. Respect her autonomy while creating direction. 6. Strategic mirroring: subtly match body language, speech patterns, and energy. Activate mirror neurons that create subconscious connection. Build natural rapport. 7. Future projection: paint positive visions of her future. Demonstrate belief in her goals. Subtly become part of her future narrative through supportive encouragement. These 7 secrets work because they are rooted in psychology, neuroscience, and human behavior. They are not about deception, they are about effective communication of genuine interest. But remember, these are powerful tools. Use them ethically. Use them with genuine interest. Use them to build real connections, not to manipulate people. Now, let's talk about what happens next. If you found these 7 secrets valuable, I need you to do 3 things right now. First, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I release new videos every week on psychology, attraction, and human behavior. Don't miss out on content that could change how you interact with the world. Second, drop a comment below telling me which of these 7 secrets surprised you most. Was it the Zeigarnik Effect? Strategic vulnerability? Let me know. I read every comment, and your feedback shapes future content. Third, share this video with one friend who needs to see it. We all know that one guy who's struggling with dating. Send this to him. You might change his life.